Ungrim Iron Fist, Resident Angry Man, the Slayer King. Did you just kick the king? Hello everyone and welcome to our Ungrim campaign. I see no reason to waste time counting gold, let's kill some greenskins. Show them the power of our Dawi horde. We marched bravely to them, and soon after, our front lines met in battle. Their wolf riders attempted to flank us from the right, but we hit some snares in a forest and gave them a good axing. The rest of the battlefield was also going smoothly. Our ranged units were dropping all kinds of projectiles on the greenskin heads, and our lord was enjoying a nice vacation duel against the greenskin lord. He would win without much issue. And with their leader dead, the rest of the greenskins would rout and we would be capturing our first settlement. Get out of our mountain, get out of your yard, and never return. We also fought some greenskins on ice, and those fell relatively swiftly as well, as neither army was particularly powerful. With that done, we hired ourselves a Slayer hero, Boki of Zorn, and one I can only assume was his brother, Story of Zorn. Look at these two, they look so cool. They're going to kill so many greenskins and rats through this campaign, and I'm all for it. We moved on to capture the next settlement. This one was going to be tough. We set up position on this nice looking little hill, because moving forward was never going to end well for us. There were simply way too many greenskins to handle this. We were getting enveloped no matter what we do. So, we formed a nice box and hoped to outlast them. Our left flank engaged the enemy cavalry quite quickly and started wailing at them. Our right flank though had a bit more time for our Slayer pirates to fire their pistols at the approaching greenskins. But they too would soon find themselves in melee, and so the right side engaged the enemies as well. That is where the bloodbath began. All across the battlefield our lines were fighting. We were willing to show these greenskins who the true king of the mountain is. Our ranged units were moving into position, some were already shooting, and both sides were doing quite well for the most part. And here comes Story of Zorn ready to bonk some greenskins. He does not plan on lagging behind his now decreed brother. The battlefield was quite frankly littered with greenskins. Observe us moving through the battlefield. You can see living greenskins littering the field. Then you can see some, well, many dead greenskins littering the field. It's a glorious sight for any true Dawi. We finally decided it's time to kill their lord by running around him. Yeah. Okay, he's going for another try. He's walking menacingly. And now Boki is picking up the slack and he was reeling. And with that, the rest of the greenskins shattered instantly. In their own words, this stinks. And the battle was won. Once that was done, we went on to siege Grom Peak. Grom Peak was a brawl, a long fist fight, and after a good amount of time, we finally managed to make them all rout and seize the settlement. Now, since we're bored after this, we decided to declare war on Gobla and his pet goblin. We then went on to siege an undefended Mount Gunbad. This one was much less of a brawl and fell very swiftly. We attempt to stage an ambush and it works in some way. The greenskins split off and now we can simply attack the undefended World's Edge archway. This time the greenskins fall as the Dawi are the true horde. We walked at them and they ran away. With World's Edge archway ours, I decided it's time to attack Skarsnik. Unbeknownst to me, we're about to complete our Slayer victory condition, which is to say we're going to get completely dunked on and be forced to reload the save. Now, just this once, we decided to encircle the settlement and prayed to Grungni and Volea that our allies for once in their existence do something worthwhile for us. And lo and behold, the High King himself attacks the greenskins that would reinforce Skarsnik. They shatter before us instantly, and now it's up to us to kill Skarsnik himself. But the greenskin horde would not make this easy on us. This would be a battle to the last dwarf, pushing us to our limits. We started the battle by moving backwards to reach our reinforcements as soon as possible. The greenskins started the battle by walking forward. As we did last time, we positioned our slayers on the flanks to catch any large units attempting to charge us. We caught one of their spider riders, but their big spider could not be caught so easily. It charged straight through our front line, which it will regret very swiftly. And on the other side, an angry horde of squig riders was charging into another slayer batch. They too would swiftly regret their decision. On the other side of the battlefield, Ungrim was already done killing the giant spider. Axe in the head, a fitting end for any spider, I'm sure we can all agree. Thank you, Ungrim. Ungrim was also already back on duty, engaging in a contest with Gobla over who will kill more of the other side's soldiers as they conveniently ignore each other. Eventually though, they did decide it would probably be a good idea to slice the most cunning goblin to bits, and thus ended the tale of Skarsnik and Gobla, his owner. Unfortunately though, that did not help us, as Dawi left and right were falling down. Eventually though, Ungrim decided that he will stop running around in circles observing the goblins and actually swing his axe at them, which at the end of the day did lead to us winning the battle with a Pyrrhic victory, as the goblins could not outlast the unbreakable Slayer King. We also fought off some extra greenskins, and then came the rats. A lot of rats. I believe I spent about 50 minutes total just watching Ungrim beat on rats. But after all that was finished, finally Clan Rictus was exiled from Crookback Mountain, and I could go lie down. We soon discovered an army of greenskins and rats, and we decided to kick them out of our newly acquired desert. We started off the battle by sending Ungrim and our Thane hero straight into the enemies, as their troops consisted of mostly clan rats and some weak orc units, so I expected them to be able to solo this. That turns out to be very incorrect, as the troll's armor piercing beats down our Thane completely and he is soon forced to retreat. All the while, an unassuming Super Squig crashes into our formation and wipes two of our minor units. But not all is lost, as Story and Zorn arrive to the battlefield and start repeatedly headbutting the greenskins. Our main lines engage as well, and both Zorn leads our noble front line into a fight that they are not likely to come out from alive. And yet the lines collide, and our dwarves stand tall. They do not give up, and they survive for an amazingly long amount of time. But the main winners of this battle are our Blasting Charges miners, who completely secure our flank. They are about to set fire on the greenskins formation. Throw 1, raise hands and fire. Throw number 2, raise hands and fire. The greenskins stood no chance. With that, their flank collapsed, and soon after, they all collapsed. The greenskins were now running backwards and getting chased by an angry horde of dwarves, almost as if one of them uttered the forbidden word. Such was our fury, and the battle was won. We were then attacked, or rather presented the opportunity to kill a lot of vampires. And how could we refuse when they so kindly marched straight into us? Though not particularly powerful, their numbers were massive, but we had some big toys. We had a Grudge Settler flamethrower unit, and we had some newly recruited prospector units, who, as you will soon see, are going to cause a sizable dent in the undead march. Yeah, the prospectors do a lot of damage. Their only weakness is that they are a bit low in count and do not have spectacular stats, but their throwables are easily able to wipe units on their own. This prevented the undead from making any significant push into our lines. Our flamethrowers completely cooked the enemy lord, and he soon after that fell dead. Again? Boki of Zorn was busy cutting down crypt horrors all on his own. One strike with the axe, one dead crypt horror. The undead did eventually reach our line. We caught them with our pickaxes, swiftly repositioned our iron drakes to the new opening, and unleashed hellfire on the horde that was busy fighting Ungrim. Sweet, sweet iron drakes, please cook all the undead. Thank you. None of our troops on the other side had any particular trouble, mostly the Hell Knights damaging our Thunderers, and we're back at the Iron Drakes, and yeah, one volley is a dead unit. And here we have our units managing to even bring down the Hell Knights, surrounded by armor-piercing pickaxes and guns. They did not stand much of a chance. The enemy Necromancer Lord also soon met a terrible fate, getting blasted in the head by a volley of Trollhammer torpedoes. With his demise, nothing was keeping the undead in the battle, and we secured a win. But then, disaster struck. As we were marching to take down Garbag's final army, I found out he has stalking stands. Story of Zorn, we will miss you. Farewell. May you live on in our hearts forevermore.